There's nothing as exciting as building your house, moving to your project site every weekend, and then seeing the progress on your building project. I'm currently at my own building project, and it's been an exciting, insightful journey. It's been a lot of lessons learned. In this video, we're going to look at what I would do if I was starting a building project this year, 2024, and some of the mistakes that you can avoid coming up next. All right, so the very first thing that I would do if I was going to start a building project this year is to buy a plot of land. Obviously, once the land is genuine, you should purchase it. It doesn't matter how far away it is. You can decide to buy your land and use it for like farming, or you can use it for building. But whatever you need it for, it doesn't matter where it is, because today it may be far. Tomorrow a train station will be built close to the land, or a major road will be constructed and make the land very accessible. Now, even if you are not ready to go and live there, you can build a house and use it as an Airbnb, rent it, or even sell it, or you can start a farm on it. Plus, the value of land always appreciates, and so it's a very good investment. So if you get land, then at least buy 2 or 3 if you can afford it. We interviewed Dottie last year, 2023.
2018, I went over because I was going over frequently, and I shared my decision with my cousin, and I said, I really want to buy land. I don't want to buy an estate house. I don't want to buy a house. I just want to build my own house. So first things first, I've got to buy land. So he said to me, actually, there's a really great lawyer who is actually selling land, and he's credible, so we can go and visit him and have a chat. So I went along to see the lawyer, and as it turns out, the lawyer had lived in the UK for the best part of 40 years. He came as a young man to study and qualify as a lawyer. He had returned to Ghana when he was probably about 50, in his early 50s, and we spent quite a lot of time. He was actually interviewing me for the land, but versus me interviewing him. Obviously, I was trying to find out, the land and sort of the story behind him selling land, etc. But he was also, and I suppose I'm going to use this word, evaluating me and seeing if what he had was right for me.
Where she purchased a plot of land at Amasaman for about 20,000 cedis. Today, the land is selling for over 100,000 cedis. And that was just 5 years ago. And when she was purchasing it, she purchased 4 plots of land. Today, she's built this huge house on this property. And that's just amazing, and a testament to the fact that land increases in value every single year. So that's the very first thing I would do. I would buy land, secure the land. How do you secure the land? Make sure that you register the land in your name. Land title documents, go to the Land Commission. We've done a series of videos on this subject, so we are not going to go too much into that. But that's the very first thing I'll do. And the next thing I would do is to get my architectural drawings, because once you get your architectural drawings, that is what is going to determine the overall cost or the total estimate of your building project. Now, if you're a bit on a budget, I would advise that don't set out to build your dream house. Many people that we interact with or talk to say they want to build their dream house. But when you look at the vision that they are presenting, it's amazing, but it is very, very costly. And many a times when you give them a breakdown of how much it's going to cost them, and you ask them how much they are willing to invest into their building project monthly, they are going to tell that it's going to take them about 20 to 30 years to complete that building project. So instead of building a 5-bedroom mansion, why don't you start with a 1-bedroom house? Even if you don't want to live in it, like I said, you can rent it or use it as an Airbnb. Or you build a 1-bedroom house, you move into it, you save on the cost of rent. And so what you need to do is to work with your architect to get a design that works for your specific budget. Let's say you have 100,000 cedis in the bank and you want to complete your building project because you've accepted to be part of the ABH challenge. Then by the end of the year, even if you are dedicating 5,000 cedis every month to your building project, you're going to have 160,000 Ghana cedis. 160,000 cedis in 2024 by the end of 2024 could probably build just 1 bedroom, a small hall, and then maybe a bathroom. It's livable. You can have a kitchen in there as well, but you cannot have maybe some of the luxuries that you would want and all that. You can do a secret roof or even a heap roof and still live comfortably in it. But let's say you have 200,000 cedis and you're able to dedicate 10,000 cedis to your building project. That means at the end of the year, you can have 320,000 cedis. Then you can build a 1.5-bedroom house or even a 2-bedroom house, connect it to electricity, tile it, do POP, do some simple lights, and move in. My goal on this channel is to motivate, encourage, and inspire, especially the young people, to be able to build. And I believe it is possible. Many of us, when we were growing up, our parents only built when they came on retirement or pension. But for us, I believe that with all the new technologies and things like that, you should be able to build something that meets your needs. Somebody will ask, so what if I don't have money? Should I go for a loan? In Ghana, I believe that if you're going for the loan and it is a cedi loan and not a dollar loan, and you have a sustainable way to pay it without it destroying your family because of financial hardships, or if you can get friends or a loved one, your partner, to support you in the building project, then go for it. But the essential point is to start a building project that fits your budget. And once you get your architectural drawings, that is going to determine everything. The choice of materials is also really important, because if you're a bit on a low budget, you probably don't want to do glass and stones and some of these fancy work, but then you want to keep it simple. We interviewed somebody who builds with interlocking bricks, and when we did our research, we realized that you can save between 15 to 30% on the cost of building if you use materials like interlocking bricks, which are durable once you use a professional. And so you can watch that video after this particular video and then learn as much about it as possible. The choice of materials is going to determine the overall cost of the building project. Finally, once you have that, you need to go and acquire your permit from the municipal assembly so that when you start your building project, they do not tell you to stop work. When that is done, you have your estimate, you can start bit by bit. There are 12 months in a year, and so if you split the project into 12 months, you can even start the foundation with your initial savings and investment. Let's say you're building a 1-bedroom house and your foundation is 25,000. You have 25,000 in the bank, you can start. What I would also encourage you to do, if you're a bit on a low budget, is to try and get additional sources of income, which is really, really important, because today, just one source of income may not be sufficient for you to build a house, especially considering the inflation rate in Ghana. Now, if you work in the diaspora, you have a lot of money and you change the dollars or pounds and it turns into a lot, then you can proceed. But put the project into phases. If it's the foundation, it's a critical part. You need to start and make sure you complete it totally. The next part will be the block work of the superstructure. That also requires some initial push, right? So you save for that, you work hard, you get the money, and then you continue. I would also recommend that you get a contractor to help you with your building project, because then it helps you to get all the laborers that you need for your building project at very affordable rates without breaking your bank. Sometimes the benefit is that you can even do like the work and then pay later. Imagine building your house and paying later. It's just amazing. And those are some of the benefits that you get from a contractor. You can come to us at Africa Building Hub if your building project is in Accra, Ghana, and we can discuss and negotiate the cost of managing your building, as we have done for other subscribers and clients. Then the next thing you want to do is to get a reliable person to help you with the roofing, because roofing is an integral part of your building project. As all these things are going on, you are planning for your finishing, your painting, your tiling, your POP, and the interior decor, etc. Some of the materials you can procure outside Ghana. You can import them from China. They are really, really cheap. And if you start importing from January, you're going to save a lot of money by December. So you can just purchase them one at a time. So for me, what I did, example, was I purchased things like the water closets and the mirrors and things like that, wardrobes, 1 month at a time. When I was installing solar on my building project, I purchased one panel, another day or another month I purchased another panel, the next month I purchased a battery. Those are the things you can do so that you don't feel the pinch too much. It's not like you are taking bulk money at once. You know, you do electricals at the start of the year, it's probably cheaper than towards the end of the year. So you purchase bit by bit. You get the estimates for tiles, purchase it bit by bit. And before you realize, by the end of the year, you would have build something amazing. Even if you haven't built it to the level where you can move in, you would have reached very far. And so if you want to join the challenge, just comment below, I accept, and then tag us in all your posts with hashtag ABHchallenge. If you're not following us on TikTok and Instagram, why not? Please follow us, and we'll continue to encourage and motivate you on your building journey. Wish you all the best in your building project. Ask us all your questions in the comments, and we'll see how best we can help you. Thanks, baby.